Hey, it's Zack Wallin. Welcome back to San Jose. I'll show you how to build a kicker today. So, for this little kicker that we're building, we're going to need 1 sheet of 3/4 inch plywood, 1 sheet of 5/8 inch plywood, 4 8-foot 2x4s, 1 box of 3-inch screws, 1 box of 5/8 inch screws, and 1 piece of sheet metal. Your first step is you're going to take your 3/4 inch piece of plywood. We're going to start by working on the 4-foot wide section of the plywood. So, starting on the left side of the corner, I want you to make a mark straight up 12 inches. Now I want you to grab your straight edge and lay it on the 12-inch mark, and I want you to follow it across to the right side corner of the plywood, and then make a nice solid line. You have the outline of the first side of the kicker. All you need to do is take your circular saw now and rip the line you made. You actually have a template for the next piece. So you could just take this piece and trace it out and then repeat the cut. The 2x4s that are going to keep this kicker together, there's going to be 7 pieces total, which will be cut at 46.5 inches long. Since we ripped all our plywood and cut all our 2x4s to size, we're ready to put all this together. It helps to get an assistant. What up, man? The first 2x4 you're going to start with is in the back bottom corner of the kicker. And then once that's done, move up to the top and do the same for the top block. So your next 2x4 is all the way at the bottom of the kicker. Now this 2x4 is a little tricky because the side of the kicker is coming to a point. But get that 2x4 as close as you can at the bottom, and that's your spot. Take your tape measure and hook it on the top of your ramp. I want you to make a mark on 10 inches, 20 inches, and 30 inches. And these are the center points of where your 2x4s are going to land. The last 2x4 you're going to install is going to act as a backer piece. This backer piece is going to support the screws from the end piece of the sheet metal and the end piece of the 3/4 inch plywood. This is where they meet. When you put your plywood on top of the kicker, it's going to develop a small overhang on the back side of the ramp. To eliminate the overhang, set your saw at a 13-degree angle and rip just the edge of the plywood. Now you could have a complete flush backside of the kicker. The reason we bought 2 different pieces of plywood is because we're using a piece of sheet metal at the bottom of the ramp. But since the sheet metal is only 1/8 inch thick, we need to put the 5/8 inch plywood under the sheet metal. And now this will allow for a total of 3/4 inch, which will match our plywood on top and have a completely smooth surface on the top of the ramp. We just got done building the kicker. We're gonna put it in my truck, bring it to a spot, have some fun with it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully the steps helped you guys build the kicker. Go have some fun.